What's going on, world? So as I mentioned to you guys earlier, I'm gonna be starting a new series. It's gonna be called Arm Day, or Building Arms for the Lanky and Long People. So what we're gonna be doing here is going into a barbell curl routine. So I'm gonna be going into more detail later on, guys. So don't get all caught up in what we're gonna be doing today. I'll be going over diet and everything that I did. I'll be showing you guys a before picture. I'll post up right there for you guys of me when I was a younger kid. You know, just growing up, I've always been like taller, lanky guy myself. So I'm gonna show you guys some routines throughout the episodes here on certain things that I like to do in order to grow my arms and how I grew them over time. So we have here a traditional barbell, 45 pounds. Everyone's seen it before, typically used for the bench press, but for a good routine that I like to do on the barbell curl is, you guys see these rings right here? And these rings are designed for fingers, so you can space them out however you see fit. Some people like to put their fingers here for a closer, wide grip, or you can put your pinky or whatever finger you guys feel comfortable with. Honestly, it boils down to preference, guys. So what I like to do is put my index finger on each ring on each side. There's one on each side here. And I like to go with a wide motion first. So you guys see that? Put my index finger right there on the ring. Same for the other hand over here. So I start off with the wide motion, making sure that I get complete stretch out of it. I get complete contraction. And some people get mixed up in the whole way it looks like. Some people, just the way their body's designed though, they might come up here to their face, but being a taller guy, like I said, guys, this is the series for the taller, lanky people. It's generally gonna come to your chest, and that's a complete curl. Depending on your height and everything. So what I like to do, like I said, make sure I get a complete stretch, bring it in, and I'll do anywhere from 15 to 20 reps with these, especially when the weight's lighter. Make sure you get a nice warm up going. And stability is a big thing, guys. So you'll see once we get into the heavier weights, I'll go ahead and throw on a weight belt and make sure I'm getting proper stability with it. Because there is such thing, guys, and I'm going to mention these later on, is that sheet curl. Whenever you see people with the heavier weight and kind of fling it back, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you kind of want to monitor, when you do that, because for one, it's not good for your body, and two, you're really going to be able to control the weight. So, like I say, guys, nice controlled motion. Then from that point, I'll go into a close bar grip. So you guys see closer to my fingers here. I like to put 2 fingers on the grillings there, and the rest are here on the bar. So this is consider my close grip. So same motion, guys, nice controlled. 1, 2. All the way to 15 or 20, and that's a warm-up set. So we're gonna go ahead and throw some weight on here, guys, and I'm gonna get with Greg and Kyle, and we're gonna get into this routine. All right, so what's going on, guys? I got my chastity belt, got my cocaine right there, and my water. Those are the only 2 things I need for heavy-ass lift that we're about to get into. So there's about to be some barbell curls here. You guys see I got the plates on there, so we're about to get in there. It's about to get nasty over here. So you guys will see once I get into the heavier weights. I kind of like to do the whole thumb concept when it comes into the barbell. So I'll put my thumbs, make sure that tip of it hits the rings that we were discussing earlier. So for me, it really creates like a nice squared off grip, so I can get a good motion with this, shoulder width apart. Getting into it, guys.
Alrighty, guys, what's up? So we just finished barbell curls. We did about 10 reps per set. With 135, I did an extreme cheat form, but that's okay. I wanted to get the blood going, the movement. I really wanted to overload my biceps because I normally don't train them very heavy. So it's a good change of pace for me. But the next exercise we're going to be doing is skull crushers for the triceps. This is a compound movement. And then why is this an exercise you include in your workout for arms?
It just kind of gives the whole concept of the arm workout, guys. We did biceps with the barbell curls, so going to the skull crusher, you're really going to get a good pump on your triceps. And it's really the reason why I do these is for pre-exhaustion. You guys will see further on throughout the series that I'm going to be posting on my YouTube channel that we're going to be pre-exhausting with the barbell curls, and then we're going to be going to a lot of cable routines for hypertrophy. So that's really the true reason behind it.
Awesome, man. All right, guys, let's get into it.
Let's do it. All right, guys. So moving into a heavier routine, you want to make sure that you keep the weight nice and controlled. I know that it can get pretty easy, so you want to swing the weights and not hit proper form once you get heavier, but that's where relativity comes into play. I'm not talking about Albert Einstein here. We're talking about relativity when it comes to weight in this regard. So 45 pounds is the weight that I progressed up to, just over time. And like I tell you guys, there's really nothing I can prescribe anyone specifically to say, hey, this is the type of weight that you need to use. But you kind of just have to go for a feel for it. So what I try to shoot for is anywhere from 15 to 20 reps typically. But when I get to a heavier overload weight, which I would consider this, anywhere from 10 to 12 reps, I say would be formidable for a weight like this. So moving into it, guys, we're about to hit some skull crushers with a heavier weight on the easy curl barbell. All right, let's grab it. Here we go. You didn't set a certain number that I want to stop at. Pretty much go into failure on that weight. So from this point is when we progress back down, going back down to 25, making sure that we're getting our reps. And that's where you guys see the key focus here is to make sure they get your reps with weight added on to that. So of course I can probably muster out maybe a 45 or 25 on there, but that's not functional. I might get 1 or 2 reps with it. I'm really not doing too much at that point as when it comes to hypertrophy. So that's a real big difference, guys. So we're gonna move into another movement after we get done with here, and we'll keep the whole routine going. All right, guys, so I got my buddy Greg right here. He's about to go into a routine that he does all the time that's new to me. So you want to go and tell the guys what you're doing right here?
Yeah, so kind of after compound movements, like the heavy barbell curls we just did and the heavy skull crushers, I like to move into sort of more of an isolation movements that kind of take you back out of the movement, because whether you like it or not, if you're doing those heavy barbell curls, you're gonna be doing some shoulder and some back, and all that's gonna tire out too. So we're gonna do some lying down cable curls. A couple ways you can do them. This way that I'm gonna do, it's gonna work more the top half of the head rather than the bottom half.
Awesome.
Let's get into this.
So what about the rep routine and that you do with that? So
for these, we're gonna be going for higher volume, higher reps, just really pumping the blood into the muscle, growing by expanding the sarcoplasm, growing by that pump, pumping all that blood in there.
All right, guys, so you heard it right there. I'm about to get in here and do these reps routines. So gotta learn something new every day, guys. So that's what I like about this. So we're gonna hop in here, watch Greg do his thing.
Okay, so I'm with. I can get it to by myself. It's just super awkward when I fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pull down. Yeah.
All right, guys, so moving into the opposite direction. When it comes to training arms, like Greg was saying earlier, it's all about angles. And that's really the concept you want to go with training any muscle group, is that you want to kind of, get inside that muscle with your mind and kind of just think about the different angles and everything that you can hit with that muscle and different types of tools you can use, because that's all this is, guys. The weights, the handles, everything. You just have to realize that everything is a tool for you to develop yourself, so kind of get creative with it. All right, so moving into this. I like this already. So as you guys saw earlier, it was more of a strict form where our arms were further up this way and we curled it in. So now you guys see it's at a lower angle. Still working the peak of the bicep, but like I said, guys, now it's at a different angle. So a little bit lower.
No,
okay.
I think it's not working the high part, top part.
All right, guys, so another good movement. I personally like this a lot. So like Greg was saying, while I was doing the set over there, it's gonna incorporate a little bit more of the longer head due to the fact that you're at a lower angle. So it's more or less a hybrid of the two muscle groups. So you're kind of hitting both in that aspect. So I like that a lot. Thanks again for another good routine. So we're gonna get Kyle in here, do the damn thing.
The lighting seems pretty good.
No, yeah. All right, guys, so I feel like Greg hit a great point in regards to the arm position with this movement. So what is this movement called again?
Man, you know what? I call them laying cable curls.
Okay.
I'll do them this way facing, but these are kind of opposite facing lying cable curls.
Okay, so one point that he hit on there is that one thing that I learned from watching Kai Green's videos is that once the arm is in front of your body, you're working out the short head of your bicep. That's gonna be the peak. And when your arms are behind your body, that's when you're gonna be working out the long head. So you have the long head and the short head, guys. So those are two concepts that you wanna keep in mind. In front of the body is gonna be the peak. Behind the body is gonna be the long head. So this, when we're laying down, so we'll get into the motion right over here. The motion, guys, come on. All right, so I'm lying down here, and if you guys see, my arms are in front of me, so this will simulate having your arms in front of you, so that's why it would work the peak of your bicep. All right, guys, so that's one set on those. I like them a lot, so I think this might be something that I would incorporate into my routine moving forward, because one thing that I noticed that it's very easy to hit the long head. It was just simple curls and everything, but what you really want to target, and what's kind of more difficult to target at sometimes is hitting that peak. So this is one of those workouts that does hit those. Thanks, Greg, for showing me that workout. I appreciate that.
Another concept kind of working into this workout, there's lots of different ways you can grow your arms by going heavy. There's lots of different stimulants you can put on your arm to make them grow. So you can use it by pumping blood into the muscle, expanding the sarcoplasm. You can use it by going heavy, doing higher volume. So we're kind of incorporating some of those techniques into this workout.
Moving into this routine here is going to be called the arm blaster. As you guys see, famously known by Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. He usually leaves all the time. So we're rolling into this routine here. Missed the first set that we did. Start off with a relatively lightweight, making sure that you're warming up, of course. But going up the chain here, then we're going to hit some 35s here and get into the routine. So we'll go ahead and throw this on. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, that's all. It's just a piece of metal curved so that it can fit around your torso. This one's broken here, so we kind of rigged it up a little bit to make it work. So just gotta make it work, guys. That's all it's about. Doesn't matter if it looks pretty or not. So grab this right here and make sure that everything's nice and tight. Get into it. Nice controlled, guys. All right, guys, so that's truly the whole point behind this. Getting that nice pump and contraction. I feel damn good, so moving up the chain, we're about to hit some more. So we're going to go with the close grip on these guys. Nice and tight. All right, guys, so I had an awesome shoot today with Greg and Kyle. I learned a couple of new things. That's what I feel like is the most important part, guys, is constantly learning something new whenever you come in here, because we can always, go into the gym and check out the box and say, hey, we worked out for the day. But I feel like the greatest challenge is once you learn something and be able to incorporate that to make yourself that much better when it comes to fitness. So had an awesome routine, guys. So like I said, go ahead and check out the series. I'm starting it. This is gonna be episode 1 for growing arms for tall, lanky people. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer that, right away. Because I know that, for me, guys, I had a lot of questions, growing up as a kid. I came in the gym at 11 years old, found the biggest guy, and I studied him. And that's really the concept of that I'm trying to, preach to you guys when it comes to that, is that, you have to be a student of the game and just constantly learn. I'm always going to be a student when it comes to bodybuilding and, fitness. So I think that's the golden, takeaway from this, guys. So it's great being with you guys again today. Check out my next episode. We're gonna be going over some different routines. So if you guys have any specific routines that you wanna see, like I said, link it down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to incorporate that into one of the episodes. So stay motivated, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.